So my name is Charlie Magnamelhus. I'm from Norway Brewing Company, and we are located at 237 Main Street in Norway, Maine.
Hey all, Amanda here, and welcome to bonus episode 4 of 8 here on Great Beer Adventure. After today's episode, you could think about the fact that we are already halfway done, but I suggest thinking about the fact that we still have 4 more to go. But before we jump in, a big thank you to the Maine Brewers Guild and their freshman orientation event. Okay, let's get started. Bonus Brief Brewery Bio, number 4, Norway Brewing Company. What is your origin story?
Personally or brewery? It's kind of tied in. So in the beginning, I was born in the country of Norway, in Tromsø. It's a little fishing village above the Arctic Circle. And long story short, we moved to the States when I was 1.5. My mom's American, my dad's Norwegian. And we found ourselves in Norway, Maine when I was like 12 years old. We moved up here. And I've been back and forth to Norway, and I started with Ken Collings at Freeport Brewing Company. I helped him out for a while, learned all grain brewing. But when I moved to Norway, I was a chef and continued chefing for a few years, and then just fell in with some Americans at a Norwegian brewery, started working on the bottling line, and apparently said to my boss when I started working there, I'm going to work here for 3 years, and then I'm going home and I'm going to start a brew pub in Norway, Maine. I don't remember saying that, but that is exactly what I did. We moved back, me and my wife, and started this brewery in Norway, Maine, because we really love the area. It's where I grew up. I went to Oxford Hills High School, and kind of identify with taking life a little slower. We were living in a city over there. We just had 2 kids. Kind of the rural setting is really nice when you think about going out in the woods with your kids and stuff. But also the area was starved for a brew pub.
What feeling do you want people to have when they come and visit you?
Definitely the pub more than the brew. There are many brews around the state, but we definitely always had envisioned ourselves as a destination brewery because we believe in the total experience. You come, and instead of having, say, a flight and a beer, and then you have to drive, that's it. You leave, maybe a burrito in the parking lot. My start was in culinary arts, and indeed, like when we started in April, I was in the kitchen and in the brewery, and delivering beer and doing everything. I'm still doing many of those things, but luckily I don't have to stand in the kitchen. That we have a very talented chef, a sous chef, and crew that does that for us, and they complement what they do. When you go in, you can sit down, have some snacks, have a beer or the flight, and then you can have a full meal. We really try to use as many locally sourced ingredients as we can. We do as much stuff by hand as we can. My brewing process is very manual as well, but cutting fries, twice frying them the Belgian way, slow food, smoking meat. We like to make sausage too. But the focus is on handcraft and supporting local farms.
Tell us about a couple of your brews.
We use a lot of Blue Ox malt in our farmhouse ales. Like Mr. Grumpy Pants, the oatmeal stout, our kind of signature. Blue Ox Pale Malt, Main Grains Oats, Coffee by Design, Guji, cold brew. So that's where I feel our differentiator is that we would brew the classic oatmeal stout, with coffee is a classic style in modern American craft beer, I think. And we do it fairly well, but the differentiator is that we do all we can to keep it authentically Maine produced.
And as always, what was your first beer memory?
This is a little bit embarrassing. I think I grabbed a gulp of my dad's Rolling Rock when I was like 7, but don't quote me on that. But I certainly did spend some time in Norway when I was 18, drinking pills, Norwegian kind of macro pills and that. I did produce a lot of Pilsner at Larvik, the brewery I worked at in Norway. So I have a sense for that. I make a dry hop Pilsner. That's coming out later this winter, but we also made Beer Geek Breakfast. That's a little bit of my like pedigree. It's like, that's how I got good at brewing oatmeal stout, you know? And doing a style like that, as kind of cleanly, uniquely at the same time, you know, giving the drinker what they expect and what they want.
Thank you and congratulations to all of Maine's newest brewers. Also, a huge shout out to the Maine Brewers Guild. You can find links to them and to Norway Brewing Company over on the website at greatbeeradventure.com/bonus4. If you all, our fabulous co-adventurers, would like to support the show, check out our Patreon page. For less than the cost of a beer, you can show us some love. Go to greatbeeradventure.com/support. If you want to see even more from our adventures, follow us on Instagram at Great Beer Adventure. And be sure to subscribe to the show. That way, you won't miss a thing. Great Beer Adventure is part of the Great Pint Society. Cheers.